Yes. Rishima, can you on your video? You all can, unmute yourself also, and let's have a round of introduction. So I will just talk about this program first, and then we'll have the round of introduction. So welcome back to Secrets of Living a Full Life. And today the episode is on being limitless. Sorry, it's on being loving. So we are here to have a small discussion on what is being loving, why is love so important, what are the ways that we can connect better to feel the love from people who are giving it to us and give it to people. So that is what the discussion is all going to be about. And also we're going to talk about why we cannot accept the love. Sometimes it so happens that we cannot accept love. So that's the topic that we're going to talk about today. It is being loving. So yes, let's start with the introduction. I'm life designer Vijay Tushar, and yes, the founder of Management Me School of Confidence. And you all are my beautiful students. So let's start with the Rishabh.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Rushabh Lodha, and I am talking about loving yourself. First,
No,
we
you
will
just have to
talk.
introduce yourself. Wait, I'll tell you for that.
Okay, sorry. My
What do
name
you
is.
do?
I am an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. It's a family business.
Okay. And you reside in Mumbai.
Yes, I say I live in Mumbai.
Okay. Welcome. Yes, Roshni.
My name is Roshni Maheshwari, and I'm a third year biotechnology student, and I also live in Mumbai.
Welcome, Roshni. Chris.
So my name is Krish Travasu and I'm in 12th. I also stay in Mumbai.
Okay. We have Rishima.
My name is Rishma and I'm an 11th grade student and I also reside in Mumbai.
Wonderful. So welcome to this episode of Being Loving. So when we talk about love, what comes first to our mind is the romantic love. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
But today, I want you to just think about how will you feel that you are loved? Or what are the instances that you feel that you are loved?
Ma'am, by getting appreciation from different people that you are doing great.
All right. So when you feel appreciated by somebody, you feel you are loved.
Yes.
But appreciation and love, there's a slight difference.
Right. Uh, they know that he is an important person for us.
So when you're made to feel important,
Yes.
when you're given credit for doing something,
Yes.
you feel loved.
Yes. Means every important uh, aspects or else every important discussion they share with us.
Okay,
So we
so
also feel.
when people share with you, you feel that you are loved.
Yes.
So suppose you are in the office and you have a boss, and the boss is sharing everything with you. The boss is appreciating you for your good work. So does it mean that you feel that the boss loves you?
Little bit.
As a colleague, yes. But do you think that that is a feeling of love,
No,
or
ma'am.
it's just
No.
appreciation and inclusion?
No. It's just an appreciation.
So then
Love basically.
but then what is the difference? Like the same things are being done by somebody else, you feel it's love.
Yes.
So what's the difference?
Difference is basically love means attraction. Means uh, attraction means by hook or crook.
Love is not attraction. Attraction is a part of love. Anybody else, any thoughts about this? Good points you gave, but there is one slight thing that we need to observe. For example, if what you said was done to you by your mom,
Yes,
you really feel that, yes, she loves me. She makes it a point to appreciate me. She makes it a point to discuss important things with me. So how is that? I mean, you literally feel loved by her when she does such things because you like being appreciated. And she knows that. And then she does that. But the boss, irrespective of whether you like or not, does it. So what is
correct.
this distinction like? I mean, why do you feel loved? You definitely feel loved by your mother when she does such things to you.
Yes, yes.
So what difference kya hai?
Different.
What things, madam? Like I got disconnected in between.
So the question was, I said, how do you know that you are loved? So he said, when somebody appreciates me, somebody shares things with me, I feel loved. So the question is, a boss also does the same thing, and a mother also does the same thing. But boss is completing his courtesy and maintaining the interpersonal relationship. But mother is loving. You feel loved by the mother, no?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So what's the difference?
Difference is that I think so. Your work life is mostly like your how can I describe it?
Like
It's different than
as
family. It's
compared,
different than relationships. It's more
Exactly.
like experience.
It is the experience that they make you feel. Just 1 minute. Huh? I am in a session. Is it something important? Yes. It's already done. Okay. So the question is, what is the difference? Rishima,
It's the
Roshni?
type of relationship you have with the person. Like it depends upon the person. And with the
Agree.
boss, you're having a professional relationship, but with your mother, it's like you've known you have known her your whole life. So
So it's that personal touch.
yeah,
yes.
Apart from that,
Our
what
relationship,
else is there?
in where in if we are in hard times, so that person is behind us. It will never betray you. That is
Agreed.
also
So what does that mean? It means unconditional.
yes, unconditional love.
Unconditional love. If you're outside the company, your boss is not going to come and appreciate you. So it's specific, it's conditional, as long as you're the employee. But your mother will love you in whatever company you are,
Yes, yes, yes.
right? And she will give you that appreciation and that feeling of support, whatever happens. So when you feel loved, you know that that person is doing it for you.
Yes,
And that the person is not doing it for themselves. They're not expecting anything in return,
right,
right?
correct.
Right? So that is what makes it different. And our languages of love, as we did earlier, is different. So you feel if somebody appreciates you, you feel you're loved. But not necessary for me. If somebody gives me gifts, I'll feel I'm loved. If somebody speaks to me in a very nice way, I'll feel I'm loved. Somebody messages me or gives me surprises, I may feel loved. So the language of love is different for different people. So if you want to really experience the love, you need to actually know, how will I feel loved? How will I know that I'm being loved? So is there any gestures or anything that makes you feel that you are loved? Like for me, if I lie down on my mother's lap, okay, Chris. If I lie down on my mother's lap, there's so much of peace, and anything that is there in my head, all my burdens, it's like brought to rest. If she just touches my head and says, it's okay, I feel that I don't have to worry about anything at all. So that tender care, that unconditional, she's not expecting anything from me.
Yes.
I also remember the time, like, when after marriage, especially when you go to your mother's house, all the girls here, please listen, you will realize that, yes, meeting your mother is the greatest thing that you can have after marriage. And there, all that she wants from you is not to help her in the kitchen, but stand there and listen to what is being said. So sometimes when you spend that extra time to listen to people and fully attend to them, that can also mean being loved. So what is it for you? Like Chris felt that if mama hugs me, I feel that I am loved. So hug is a language of love. That's a physical touch. So what is it for you? Do you even know what makes me feel loved?
Like with mom or with anyone?
Anyone. Like, how do you know that somebody loves you?
When they take small actions like like a message in the morning, or maybe giving chocolates, like just small actions that makes your day.
Correct.
So they know
Wonderful.
that you care about them.
So it's extending the care, showing care in little small gestures. Okay.
Yes. For me, if someone is anywhere in the world, so our parents will talk that, are you okay? Are you comfortable there? Are you feeling
Inquiring
happy?
about you.
Yes, yes,
That's again care.
yes, care.
And in time.
Yes, and time to time means they respond.
Correct. What about you, Rishima?
For me, I think if someone respects me and then if he makes me feel included in his, all the good times as well as the bad times, I think that is love.
So inclusion and respect is love for you. I want to ask you one question. If there is between respect and love, what's more important for you?
Respect.
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 Respect, man.
Roshni
Respect.
and Chris? What's important for you, Chris? Respect or love? Love. So for him, love, and we all are saying it's respect. I do believe it's respect, because if there is respect, there will be love.
Yes, absolutely.
And Chris will say that if there is love, there will be respect. Isn't it, Chris? How do we debate on this? You can't love somebody whom you don't respect. You have to love for respect. I feel respect comes before love. If you respect somebody, then only you'll fall in love with that person. I don't respect Saddam Hussein because of the work he does. So I'm definitely not going to fall in love with him. He's dead and gone. Oh, Chris is really confused and he says, I don't know. Yes, it is a matter of confusion, whether it is respect or love. But actually what happens, as you said, love is a kind of attraction. So you get attracted to people whom you respect only, na? If you don't respect somebody, how will you get attracted to that person?
And it's not necessary to have love to respect someone. Like if you respect your boss, it doesn't mean that you
You love your boss.
Yeah.
Correct. So I am also on the page. Let's see what the audience has to say, whether it is respect or love. So it's respect that is most important, because once respect goes down, I don't think love can survive. Let's take an example of someone, trying to abuse you. And you will not have respect for that person. You can't fall in love with that person. But many times, because of the experiences that we have had, we feel that we have to take care of that person, and we continue to love that person, irrespective of the disrespect shown to us. Because nobody ever told us that respect is important. They felt love is everything. And again, deciphering love, we don't know how to decipher love. Now the question comes like, why are we not, able to accept love at times? The reason is because, can somebody say what could be the probable reason why we are not able to love?
We might be scared that that person may betray us later.
Yes, so trust. The second
Sometimes love is not permanent. Respect is permanent. They last till we live.
They last till?
They last till we live. Respect.
What? Respect lasts till we live. Yes. So let's check out what is love, what are the parameters, how do you know about it, why can't you be loving, or what is being loving to you? Rishabh, would you like to say what is loving to you? What does loving mean to you?
Ma'am, for me, loving means first we have to know ourselves that in what ways we are getting love. Then another thing is not comparing ourselves to others. That उसको ज़्यादा मिल रहा है opportunity, मेरे को इतना नहीं मिल रहा है. Just be happy in your own company. If you are alone,
being happy in your own company is something that is so beautiful, which many people cannot do.
Really. Example of Mr. Bean.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah. Then improve your skills so that you can do many things. And
Yes, one sec. Improve your skills. So now, Rishabh, you have been improving your communication skills. You've been developing your personality. Interpersonal skills are improving quite a lot. Are you falling more and more in love with yourself?
Really. And I am falling in love with management course also. I want to do level 2 also. Really.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that comment. Wonderful. So I think अभी मौसम पकड़ा है, आपको समझ में आ रहा है what is being discussed here, और आप खुद पे भी implement कर रहे हो. So Rishima, this is your first time here. How are you liking it?
It's good. So far, so good.
Yeah, okay. So Roshni, what is it being loving for you?
For me, it's like, as I said before, like there should be some gestures or actions that makes me believe that yes, that person loves me.
Okay, so it's through gestures and actions you feel loved.
Yeah.
Right. I want to share here that when I was in school, every day in the morning, when children would be climbing up the stairs, I would be standing there, and they would all look at me and say, good morning, madam. Good morning, madam. And that good morning was so beautiful. They were so innocent and they had so much of love for me. I could see it through their eyes. So generally you can make out looking at the opposite person that that person loves you or adores you. And they would just do anything for me. I remember the day when I left the school, 2,000 students came out of the classroom and thronged my cabin, which is a small one. And then I had to take them down to the ground. The entire ground was filled, and they had removed notebook pages, and they had written letters of love to me. And with their own drawings and everything. And that made me feel so loved that I haven't done anything much for them. But this little children, those boys, they're just taking the piece of paper, sketch pen, and doing whatever they can, whether they knew drawing or not. And some of them bringing cakes and giving me sweets. And oh God, it was so overwhelming for me. So I realized that basically to feel loved, you don't have to be a star. You don't have to be glamorous. You don't have to, be an icon. You just have to connect to people. And once you connect to people, that's the only connection that you need to maintain. And they feel that you're there for them. That's it. Even sometimes you don't have to do anything for them. Just the fact that they meet you, they feel happy. So for that, it becomes your responsibility to be happy yourself. So when you become happy with yourself, you fall in love with yourself, and the world falls in love with you. So I felt being happy is equivalent to falling in love with myself. And that love can be radiated to the world, and people can be recipients of those love. And there is no, no conditions in it, no ask and give in it, no deals, nothing. So this is how you can be loved, and you can give love in the easiest way. Just being by happy. I'll just get back to you. Session Machu. Yeah. Okay. So Chris, you want to add something to the discussion? I will just share. I want somebody to come here at the right time. She's here. So I just want to tell. I'm so sorry. Just a minute. Sit here. So sit here. This is my friend Pragya, and today we are talking about being loving. And here she had gone out of station for a holiday, and these are the sweets that she has brought for me. So see, the universe is showing the proof that it doesn't take much to feel loved and to give love. Thank you so much. Superb, right time you came. Thank you so much.
Jumper.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, bye-bye. So here the universe is giving live examples of what is love. Thank you so much. Unconditional love. Very good. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Just a minute.
Did we know this topic before? Like,
yeah.
In the online class, have we done this topic before?
I didn't get you, Chris.
Have we done this topic before, like in the online class?
No, we have talked about different kinds of love.
Okay.
Yeah. So being loving, well, for me, being in my profession is spreading love and helping people fall in love with themselves. That's the only thing that I do. Because when you fall in love with yourself, you become confident and you no longer bother about what people are talking about you. And you only want to focus on your dreams, and that's what you achieve. So the easiest way to gain confidence is to fall in love with yourself. Because you don't criticize somebody whom you love, right? Do we criticize someone whom we love? So if you love yourself, will you criticize yourself?
No.
No. So if you ever have been criticizing yourself, stop doing it and start giving more love to yourself. It serves two purposes. You become a better person, you become a more loving person, and at the same time, you are able to reach your goals faster because you're not giving energy to anybody who is criticizing you or who's a naysayer. Right? Okay. So, life is really beautiful as a life coach. And I'm so happy to be here with all of you beautiful souls who's talking about love and being loved. And I think that's the only thing that the world needs. We wish that people like you become more and more so that we can have the world to be a better place. So, secrets of living a full life. Love is all you need, and it is the true key to be a happy and fulfilling life. You can be happy and live a fulfilled life if you give and receive love. Many times, there are many people who are extremely loving, but sometimes they do not know how to accept love. They keep a barrier because they're scared to trust or they're scared to be vulnerable. So even if they love, they are not able to express their love. They are not able to show their love because they want to have that high authority and show that nothing affects me. Have you come across such people?
Yes.
Without taking the name, can you mention something about that person?
It's exactly how you said it. Like they are too just showing off to the world that nothing affects them, even if they're making someone cry or someone is getting hurt. And they're like, I know, I don't care. And like, I'm always like this. If you want, like, if you're with me, if you're spending my time with me, everything, you have to accept it. Like, I'm just always like this. And they disregard everything. It's how it is.
So it's only hurt people who hurt people.
Yeah.
So they must have been hurt in their childhood. Hence, they close the doors of love, saying that I'm no longer going to give the power to anyone to hurt me, without understanding that nobody can hurt you without your permission. This is such a complicated thing that I've told, right? You do get hurt. So how can we not give permission to people to hurt us? You're muted. Rishima, you're muted.
Yes, ma'am. I was not saying anything.
You weren't saying anything. Okay. So I'm saying, how can we not feel hurt when someone's hurting us? If you know yourself well, you will try logic and check whether what that person said was true or not, without trying to defend and prove that person wrong. A person who's self-aware and knows himself or herself fully will not be hurt, because If you have done so much for somebody and that person criticizes you in public, you feel hurt. Means, were you expecting something from that person? Even that respect? Yes. So if you respect yourself, you will not allow somebody's language to hurt you. You can say, I say, I'm too precious to be hurt by your words. Can you do that? I'm too precious to be hurt by your words, or your thoughts, or your actions, or your behavior. Oh no, I will not allow my mind to be stressed because you said something to me which is not true according to me.
But what if that person is very close to you?
Still, everybody has their own perception depending upon their previous experiences.
Ma'am,
We
if
can,
yes,
yes, sorry.
ma'am, if someone is provoking you uh, uh, in a
Retaliating.
sorry, ma'am.
If somebody is provoking you in retaliating, you want to say?
Yes.
Huh.
Uh, in a assembly hall where thousands of people are sitting,
Huh.
and then they are provoking that he is a bad person. But you know that I have done very good things in my life, so
Hmm.
I will not react. I will
Hmm.
not provoke him because if I provoke him back, so people will think that he's telling wrong. If he had not done any great thing.
See, you need not what you say impress anybody,
Yes,
whether somebody who's provoking you or whether the audience.
yes.
You need
We
not
don't have to
impress.
react.
You don't have to react.
Yes,
You
relax.
can
Yes,
respond with understanding.
yes. Because we know that we have that what we have done.
Yes,
If
exactly.
he's telling yes,
Yes.
if he's telling lie to
Huh.
the audience that he has
Hmm.
not done any great things,
Hmm.
फिर वो उसका सोचना है. बट मेरे को पता है कि मैंने कितना किया है.
और अगर आपने किया है ना तो वो बात बाहर आ ही जाएगी, बिकॉज सच
Yes,
चुप नहीं सकती.
obviously. Yes.
सच चुप नहीं सकती. So
Right.
you see, when you are totally knowing yourself, you know who you are, then neither will you wait for the appreciation nor will you
Right.
wait for the brickbats.
Right.
All said and done, this sounds very idealistic and very difficult to implement, पर दर्द होता है.
Right.
If you're not so well aware of yourself, you don't know how to manage yourself, तो दर्द होता है. No problem. Cry it out. Give that person a particular time. Okay, I'll spend this much time on you to remove all that, whatever I'm feeling about it. But after that, I'm not going to give any more time because I can use that time to reach my goals.
Yes.
I don't want to spend any
Yes.
extra time because sometimes it happens. We are human beings, we are human beings. So sometimes something happens unexpectedly from people who we never expected to do certain things. Then all the love just goes out. Right? And we feel very sorry for ourselves. So don't pity yourself. When you pity yourself, you don't love yourself.
And it's not compulsory to tell everyone कि मैंने ये काम किया, मैंने वो काम किया.
Correct.
Do things quietly and
let your actions speak.
Yes, and let your actions speak, or let the people speak that he is
Correct.
a great person. कि
Correct.
आप कितना भी करो प्रवोक हम लोग को, मीन्स हमको पता है कि ये जेंटलमैन कैसा है, ये आदमी कैसा है.
Right. So now we come to what is One second, just a minute. So love is all you need, and it is a true key to happy and fulfilling life. And you don't have to do great things to feel loved or to give love. It is important to distinguish emotional hunger from real love. For example, if you have seen a parent hug a child, so the question comes whether it is intended for comfort of the child or offering reassurance and care, or to soothe the parent. The parent feels good taking something from the child. Sometimes you give hugs without meaning as a ritual. So you are just, doing a duty. I can share with you one thing where I realized the simple act. I never could hug my parents because they never hugged me. So a show of affection was not there in terms of hug or physical touch. After I had my first baby, I was at home, and suddenly I had a realization, and I just went and hugged my dad and said, "Thank you for everything that you have done for me." When I was 35 years old. Till then, I never done it. Maybe when I was 5 years old, I did it. But after that, I have not done it. And he just kept his hand like this. He couldn't hug me back. Then I went and hugged my mom. She also left her hand like this, and she couldn't hug me back. Now imagine, after I had my second child, he comes and hugs me on and off. But I never hug him back. I never hugged him back till around 3 years back. And then suddenly I realized, why did I do this? So it's a conditioning. Because my parents weren't hugged by their parents, they did not know how to show it. And I was a feeler. For me, the language of love is physical touch. But when I became a mother, I also did the same thing which my mother did. Are you getting me? So certain things get wired in our brains, and without knowing, we repeat the same things that were done to us. And the day I realized that, I just hugged him tight for his sake, not to just accept it because he was giving. I reciprocated that feeling to him. And then he felt that, Mama, I always used to think, why you never hugged me back? Such a simple thing, right? But it has so much depth, and imagine how our behaviors are conditioned in our brain. And, we do not know how to give love also. We do not know how to accept love also. So emotional hunger is one thing. You want to satisfy your emotional needs, and you want to feel that hug for yourself, or you want to give that hug to that other person for that person to feel good. Like, the kind gesture that Pragya has done of bringing this, I never asked for it, but she wanted to, we enjoy times together, and I was not there with her in her outing. So she wanted to express her joy that I missed you. And so I brought this for you, so that you can at least partake of a little bit of joy that I had. Such a beautiful gesture, right? These are small acts of love which you can give to your family, to your friends, to your colleagues. And these actions make the world a more connected place, which is sadly being lost. Rishima, if you would not be joining here, you would be sitting, and your leisure time might be on the phone or maybe writing some notes or something like that, right? But
Yes.
we're having a good conversation here. When have you last spoken to strangers? So I really feel that the world should open up and make more connections among people so that the rapport is built. Like Roshni, yesterday's game which we played, you got so well connected to one another that I didn't even have to do the second part of the game to show you what is empathetic communication. You were already communicating empathetically to one another, right? That is the beauty of connections. That is the beauty of meeting different people from different walks of life, learning, growing, evolving. Okay, we'll continue to the PPT. Yes. So when we are reaching out to our partner, it can be valuable to examine whether our behaviors are for them or for ourselves. Are we doing it for the opposite person or are we doing it for ourselves? Are we looking to them to fulfill us in some way that is unfair to them? Are we hoping that they will make up for an emptiness or hurt from our past hurt? For example, if you have not been receiving the love of your parents, mother or father, you tend to seek that in the partner. And you're actually fulfilling your need to have that motherly love or that fatherly love, but not loving that person per se. It's just fulfilling your need, not the other person's need. So how fair is it? I hope this is not complicated to you. Getting it right? Okay. Love should never be an act of manipulation. It is not a mark of ownership over the other person, but rather the exact opposite. A genuine appreciation of a person as a separate individual. You're cherishing that person's individuality. Like a couple recently, an example of this dynamic, we can say is that wife would compliment the husband, but he never really felt acknowledged by her words. And she would think that how many times she's acknowledging him, she's appreciating him, but why is he not feeling it? वो feel क्यों नहीं आता? You know, sometimes when people are not doing it for you, you come to know about it. How much ever way they have sort of, masked it. So maybe she herself didn't know that she's doing something wrong. When she recounted some of the recent comments she made, she noticed that they were less of a reflection of him and more of a reflection of her. So statements like, aren't I married to such a handsome, well put together man? So here, the appreciation is for her intelligence, not for his attributes or its traits. Got it? Okay. Or haven't I picked a winner? Didn't capture qualities that were important to him. Rather, they were traits she valued in a partner that reconfirmed her own self-esteem and self-worth. So you can see that sometimes subconsciously how we, are not able to express in the proper manner. One of the reasons we wind up in a less than loving relationship is due to the ways we were treated in our past. We may have become familiar with family dynamics in which we were rejected or intruded on, in which case we tend to seek out or recreate these same dynamics in our adult relationships. So what you've lost in your childhood, if you try to recreate in your adulthood, you are only filling that emotional hunger. You're not creating a loving relationship. To become more loving means recognizing ways we self-sabotage. how are we recreating past hurts in our current relationships? As we reflect on these behaviors, we learn a lot, not only about how we interfere with our naturally loving feelings for others, but about the negative ways we feel about ourselves. It is difficult to express love outwardly when we don't feel our own sense of self-worth. If we don't feel we are good enough, whatever words we use, the feel of pure love will not come into it. So as I said yesterday, you can't give something that you don't have. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love anybody. It's the final truth. So if you want to have connection and loving relationships, you have to start with loving your own self. And we don't love ourselves because of some mistakes that we made in the past, because of something that went wrong, because of some wrong things that we saw around in the society. And we start hating ourselves. But that's the past. Are we ready to disconnect with the past and decide to love ourselves unconditionally? Let's talk about unconditional love for our own selves. We keep condition. If I get this much percentage, then only I'm good. I remember a time when I promised my son that, if you get good percentage, I'm going to give you a bicycle. So he said, Mama, what if I don't get that percentage? I said, I'll still give you the bicycle because you like to ride. And he was so content and happy. That removed the stress from his mind. And I don't even remember whether he got that percentage or not, but he got the cycle. Now, it is difficult to express love outwardly when we don't feel our own sense of self-worth. One of the biggest reasons we shut out love is because we feel unworthy and self-denying. Do you condemn yourself for who you were or what you did or what happened to you? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sometimes.
Okay. And what do you condemn yourself for?
Maybe I should have done better.
Remember, at every point of time, that was the best that could be done. Because if you crib about the time that went away, you're not respecting time. And if you don't respect time, time will not respect you. So if you have been doing it, it's done. We can't do anything about it. But now onwards, that's the most I could do. I don't think, Roshni, you're a student who unnecessarily wasted time. You're a very studious student.
But sometimes it's like maybe I should have done it this way, or maybe I should have
But you
done
couldn't
that
push
way.
your body further. You were tired. Suppose it's your child who's feeling like that. What will you tell your child?
It's okay, you did your best.
Exactly. Why can't say the same to you? See, if you're somebody who's actually not putting in your best, then of course you need to take steps to pay attention. Right? But if you're a sincere person, at certain times it happens that your body says, no, bas ho gaya. I can't remain awake anymore. Whatever happens, happens. I remember when I conduct sessions, before, I wanted everything perfect. ये इतने टाइम में ऐसा होना चाहिए, इसका फोटो होना चाहिए, इसका रील होना चाहिए, इसका ये होना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए. Lot of conditions. And nowadays, after doing a lot of discussions like this, and I'm also growing and evolving with all of you, Rishabh. So I'm also learning more and I'm implementing it on myself as well. So this time also, as the way I wanted the perfect me, the 100% perfect me was not there. We missed out on certain things. I said, it's okay, Biji. I started talking to myself. I said, it's okay, Biji. You did the most that you could out of whatever resources you had. It's fine. Chris did not join. It's fine. Somebody else joined. It's fine. All of them participated. It's fine. All of them jumped and danced like crazy. And I taught them some fantastic moves. It's fine. So what is the talk that you give yourself will also decide whether you love yourself or not. So be more loving to yourself, because unless you don't ever fall in love without falling in love with yourself, because then that is injustice not only to you, to the other person also. Kash, मुझे कुछ साल पहले पता चलता तो. But anyway, that's also a learning. Okay. Therefore, to have a loving relationship, we must challenge our negative self-concept or our critical inner voice. When we do this and take the loving actions that contradict our critical self-image, we enhance our own sense of worth and are able to get closer to the people we love. So what is self-love? Roshni, you can read it.
Before a person is able to practice it, first we need to understand what it means. Self-love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Self-love.
Correct. Yes. So when we start beginning to love yourself is when you start growing, and psychologically as well as spiritually. Yes, Rishima, next.
Self-love means having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness.
You have every right to be happy.
Self-love means taking care of your needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others.
Read that again. Rishima, read that again. Read that 10 times. Read that.
Self-love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others.
Yes. So when we become a people pleaser, we don't think anything about ourselves. वो क्षमा जल जाएगी परवाने के लिए, you know, that kind of a thing. But if you burn out, if you die out, whom will you give the light to? Right? If you want to give light to others, you need to ensure that you have the strength to continue till required. So sometimes loving yourself is the only option that you have. अरे सर बराबर काट के भी देंगे ना तो बोलेंगे बराबर काटा नहीं है, फिर तुम उसको क्या समझाने जाओगे, right? So instead of pleasing others, first you be a pleased and satisfied, contented person. Then you think about pleasing others. So read that again, Rishima.
At the line again.
Yes.
Self-love means taking care of your needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others.
Yes.
Self-love means not settling for less than you deserve.
Yes. You deserve respect and don't settle for anything less than that. If somebody disrespects you, that's a red flag. Somebody raises their hand onto you, it's a red flag. So the moment you realize that there is no respect in a relationship, it's the end. It's the end. Self-love can mean something different for each person because we all have many different ways to take care of ourselves. Figuring out what self-love looks like for you as an individual is very important part of your mental health. Here I'd like to share a case. This girl was very much rejected in her childhood. She was made to be a loner because the children didn't include her, and she got into to the habit of being with herself, because every time they would just tease her, bully her, and made her feel very bad. As a result of which, she became an introvert. She was not an introvert, she became an introvert. To add to this problem, she had her dad who was very strict and actually stressed her out because she was not good at mathematics. She got scared of that person. Then what happened is her relationship with her father got strained because all that she remembered about her father was fear. On top of that, there were people who were criticizing her from outside. So too much of criticism made her feel very miserable. But one good thing that happened is she started drawing and painting and sketching. And she became very good at it because that was a release for her, an emotional release for her. She grows up, gets into a very good industry, doing extremely well. And then she wants to fulfill her emotional hunger by feeling loved and connected. And she gets into relationships. But what she's seeking in that relationship is the love that she missed from her father. What happens is she gets into relationships, that person rejects her. Again, she gets into another relationship, that person rejects her. She starts condemning them. And then it sort of becomes a pattern, a habit. Now, what she wanted is not actually the love from the other person. What she wanted was a fulfillment of the father's love, which was not being given in childhood. And then the entire thing goes for a toss. Mental health challenges happen, and many such episodes happen. So the thing is, if such kind of a situation occurs, then it becomes very difficult to change the programming. There are therapies, there are methods, but it takes time. So just one factor, one situation that happened in childhood spoiled the entire life of the child. So if we do not attend to this fact that we have to love ourselves to be loved, and ensure that we not take criticism in the wrong manner. Otherwise, see, she knew that person is distrusting her. I mean, is not keeping up her trust. Yet she went into that relationship. Why? Because at least for some time she felt loved. That's it. So it became a habit. She got used to being beaten physically and emotionally. So what happens is when people get used to getting emotionally beaten, they enjoy that and they start enjoying that victimhood. अरे मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, ये बोल के ना उनको बहुत रिलीज हो जाता है. And when they get the sympathy of other people, they get the attention, and they mistake attention for love. So you get into the comfort zone of being a victim. Because you're a victim, people will spend time with you, is what you think. And actually that connection is what you're craving for. Pura, everything is entangled, right? I hope I'm making it clearer for you. So you need to understand that until you love yourself, you cannot love anybody. So self-care is also considered to be a self-love. If you love yourself, you'll respect yourself. If you respect yourself, you'll take care of yourself. Like taking care of your body, taking care of the things that you have to do, ensuring that the people around you are also okay. All these things begins with self-love. Now practice self-love. How to practice self-love is talking to and about yourself with love. Whenever you speak about yourself with love. For example, if I'm sending a mail to myself, maybe it's a PPT which I want the next day. In the message, I write, Biji, you rock. So I just give positive statements for myself, pat myself on the back and says, wonderful, you've done a wonderful job. So what is the language that you use for yourself is very important. You can't say I goofed it up, I made a mess of myself. I remember a girl who used to come to me. She said, I never can do good things with myself. I always mess it up. I'm so messed up. I'm so messed up. Her patent dialogue was, I'm so messed up. Imagine you're telling that you're a messed up person to yourself. The world is going to look at you like that because you're a mirror to the world, right? Next is prioritizing yourself. We have this gracious attitude of keeping people at pedestal and keeping ourselves at a very low level. So what happens is that person gets used to the importance that you're giving, and you get used to the rejection that that person is giving. And that's the equation that remains. And that equation is pretty balanced for them at that particular point of time, because your need is to be rejected and that person's need is to feel important. So the needs are being met. So until you consciously become aware that I do not want to be rejected, I am supposed to be cherished, I am supposed to be given the due that I want, you will not come out of that relationship. So it's very important to understand how you're treating yourself, whether you're giving yourself priority or not. Next, give yourself a break from self-judgment. You talk about other people judging you, but how many times do you judge yourself? अरे मुझे ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए था. Right? So take a break from judging yourself. It's okay. जो हो गया सो हो गया. Like one fine day, I'll tell you a very funny incident that happened. We had gone to Sajjan Resort in Vada, and there is this Tarzan swing. So there is a puddle of water and there is a rope. So from one end, you have to hold on to that rope and, swing through above the water and come on the other side. Otherwise, you will fall into the puddle. I thought that I am Superwoman. Not knowing that that rope is a rope. It's not a trunk. And I held on to that. And I couldn't carry my own weight. So I fell into the water, into the puddle. Of course, we all had fun. I also laughed on myself. But later on, I realized that I did not take care of myself because my ankle got sprained. Right? So sometimes just neglecting yourself can also be self-harm. So you have to be really cautious and ensure what you can do and what you cannot do. Of course, with the thrill and excitement, you tend to do wrong things, but then it's okay. I managed it and I said, I better be careful because I have to take care of my health to take care of others. So that is when I started prioritizing myself and taking care of my health as well. Okay. Next is trusting yourself. Like, for example, if there is any difficult situation that comes, what is your reaction to the situation? If you are faced with a difficult situation, what do you do? What is the first thought that comes? What is the first thing that you do? Yes, Rishabh.
And first thing is we get fear.
You get scared, huh?
Yes, we get scared. Then we don't know what to do.
Huh.
To whom we have to call. So
Correct.
at that time, we have to be calm. We have to look out this situation, that what has been happened. And according to that, we can make things easier. Because
yeah, I asked what you do. I asked what you do.
Okay. अगर कोई डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन हो गई है तो पहले मैं एकदम शांत रहूंगा कि क्या हुआ कैसे हुआ.
First you calm down.
yes,
Okay.
calm down. अगर कोई गलती से एक्सीडेंट भी हो गया रोड पे, तो पहले मैं वो कपल को देखूंगा कि इज ही ओके और नॉट. If he is not okay, so I will call the ambulance, take him to the hospital. Then I will see that whose mistake was it. I will analyze the whole situation. Because कभी-कभी क्या है ना, गलती से भी अगर कुछ होता है एक्सीडेंट, तो फिर लोग मारा-मारी पे आते
आ
हैं.
जाते हैं. Yeah.
Yes. So
So
people
in
get
short,
gathered.
So in short, you will take control of the situation after analyzing it and by being
Yes.
calm. Okay, that's
Yes.
how you react. Okay, that's a wonderful response. What
Thank
about
you.
you, Rishima? If you're faced with a difficult situation, what do you do?
I basically I'll do it till the extent is that whatever is in my control, I'll try to do that, and then
Yes.
whatever that is beyond, I'll try to go for have an elder to support me, or for someone who has the authorities to maintain
Yeah.
the situation. Then
Right.
so I inform them.
Okay. So first you will see what is in your control, you will do that. That's a good thing. And then what is not in your control, you will seek help for that.
Yes.
Awesome. Rishabh, one thing is when you get scared, your fear is because of absence of knowledge.
Right.
So if you know what is to be done, then there is no fear. Like you said, you will take control of what you can do and then seek help for others. So again, she's seeking knowledge. So that is response. Being calm is also response. Doing what it takes is also response. Yes, Roshni.
And the first thing I'm gonna do is calm myself down, because I know I panic very easily. So, and I've created the mind map that we did. So I'm just gonna follow that.
Wonderful. So calming yourself can get you to get the solutions. And how do you calm yourself?
Breathing techniques, like deep breath in, deep breath out.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure the audience is getting a lot of inputs about loving the self. I hope you really practice it and do comment to us how you're liking the sessions. Next is be true to yourself. See, at times what happens, just to keep up our face or just to make people happy, we don't be true to ourselves. For example, if somebody asks you to do something for them and you are not in a mood to do it, but still you crib and you do it because you can't say no. It's better not to do it, because the energy with which you are doing is negative and that negativity will reach that person. करने के लिए अगर आप कुछ चीज करेंगे तो उसके अंदर की जो एनर्जी है वो नेगेटिव है, क्योंकि आप दिल से नहीं कर रहे हो, और अगर आप दिल से नहीं कर रहे हो तो वो थॉट जो है वो सामने वाले तक पहुंच जरूर जाएगा. So it is better to say that please don't do this to me, or it is better to say that right now I can't do it to you, I'm sorry. That means assert yourself. So Roshni will be doing it in PD level 2 about how to assert yourself. Okay. Next we come to be nice to yourself. Set healthy boundaries. Now, have you set boundaries for your relationships? Have you set boundaries amongst your colleagues? Have you set boundaries of how you will be treated? If somebody raises their voice and speaks to you, say, I will not tolerate this. Do not speak to me like this. I will listen to what you're saying, but do not speak to me like this. Have you created boundaries? And if you have created, what would those be?
Something with my friends, like Like a few jokes here and there, it's okay. But when those jokes becomes personal or offending, it's something I cannot tolerate. And I would say that to the person.
Wow, that's really nice.
I'll say that.
That's being expressive and assertive. Yes, Rishabh.
If someone is with me in a very bad language or in a rude language, so I will tell him that stop means talk properly. अगर वो तभी भी सही ढंग से बात नहीं कर रहा है तो फिर मैं खुद वहां से निकल जाऊंगा. मैं खुद से रूड बात नहीं करूंगा उससे. मैं खुद
Wonderful.
निकल जाऊंगा.
Yeah.
Yes.
So ऐसे
तो-
आपने बाउंड्री डाल दिया कि I will not be
Yes.
treated in this way. It's a clear
Yes.
message that you're giving across.
Yes.
Yes, Rishima.
I feel like even after setting boundaries, मतलब कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि मतलब even like I'm telling, if someone is speaking back to me and I don't like it, and I'm telling him that this is not done and I won't tolerate this. For that time being, he'll show that he gets it or that he's sorry. But over the time, it's like
Repeated.
it's like he's crossing the line more often, and like he and then he expects that I should be okay with it. Like it doesn't matter.
1 minute. What did Rishabh say the second thing? आपने क्या बोला? आप एक बार बोल दोगे, उसके बाद भी अगर कंटिन्यू किया तो क्या करोगे आप?
Just walk out.
Exactly. You are only telling हाँ बहल मुझे मार. Isn't it? We do it very often because we don't want to lose the relationship. But the question is, at what cost are you holding on to that relationship? At what cost? It is eating away your energy, right? And nobody has the right to do that. वो जो डर है ना कि वो रिलेशनशिप खो जाएगा, उसके लिए आप कुछ भी करने को तैयार हो जाओगे. Why? You're not important. If you don't respect yourself, how will somebody respect you? You expect respect from that person? He knows you're not respecting yourself. पता है इसके साथ तो चलेगा. जो सत्ता है उसको ही सताने का मजा आता है ना. मालूम है कि she will come back to me because she needs me. So check out what is that need that you actually need. What is that need that you actually need? Is it the attention? Is it the presence? Is it the emotional hunger? What is it that you are craving for? Is it a sense of security? Is it a feeling that even I have a boyfriend? Sometimes it happens. Huh? People get into relationships just for the sake of having a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Everybody has it. So I will be something less if I don't have. In fact, I also felt like that once upon a time when I was your age. Because all my friends had boyfriends, but I didn't have. So I thought something is wrong with me. So we get into relationship. Yeah.
No, ma'am. Carry on.
नहीं मेरा स्टोरी रहने दो, आप बोलो.
Ma'am, as you said, means काफी रिलेशनशिप में होते हैं कि लोग है ना कुछ भी करने के लिए होते थे यार.
तैयार होते हैं.
गर्ल हो या बॉय हो.
Boy हो.
But the most important thing is respect. We don't have to give your respect.
Correct.
Means खुद का respect because it is important than relationship.
Yeah.
अगर relationship टूटा ठीक है, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. But अगर respect टूटा ना तो वो आदमी अंदर से ही टूट जाता है, आदमी या औरत.
Right. Very true. Very true.
Yes, so they go into depression.
Right. So
And
Rishabh, at
sometimes,
such a young age, you've got so much of wisdom. It's really
yes,
commendable.
thank you,
Good.
ma'am.
I'm sure your parents have had a hand in it to explain such
Yeah,
beautiful things to you.
yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So, see, nothing at the cost of your respect. How much can you compromise? And actually, when you don't mark your boundaries, when you don't say, okay, this is not allowed in a relationship, sometimes there is emotional blackmail. Sometimes it's, if you don't come, I'm going, like, I mean, I had this case where this girl used to, actually call him up and say, I'm going to jump from the building. If you don't come and meet me, I'm going to jump from this building. Emotional blackmail, that poor fellow would leave all his work and come and sort her out. And once her drama was done, she was perfectly fine. So this is like, it's not love. It's not love. It's obsession. It's like you're trying to fulfill some need of yours, which was not met in your childhood. So just analyze, like, am I creating boundaries for myself? It's also said, at times that if somebody hits you once, it's not your fault. But if they hit you twice, the second time, it's definitely your fault. So if once the limit is crossed, it's not your fault. Second time limit is crossed, it's definitely your fault. So have the courage to walk away from toxic things. Have the courage to walk away and mention, not compromise for your ethics or your values. If you don't honor each other's boundaries, then how can the relationship go forward? You will always be taken for granted. And nobody likes being taken for granted. And it's not that there aren't other people in the world. There are so many beautiful souls out there whom you can connect with, whom you can know and learn. If you don't learn something from the opposite person, if you don't grow over the period of time, then it's like being in a stagnant relationship. So if there's no growth, no respect, then there is no point in being in a relationship. Okay. Well, setting healthy boundaries, forgiving yourself when you aren't being true or nice to yourself. So all said and done, when we say that we need to practice self-love, many a times it happens that we're not able to. We get into that cycle of, belittling our own selves and being a victim and, pitying ourselves. So it's okay. Forgive yourself for that. What's done is done, cannot be undone. Forgive yourself and move on. Self-love means accepting yourself as you are in this very moment for everything that you are. It means accepting your emotions for what they are and putting your physical, emotional, and mental well-being first. For many people, self-love is another way to say self-care. So how do we take care of ourselves? We can take care of ourselves by taking, breaks, taking charge of your body. If you're sitting continuously to do some work, say studying or working, 50 minutes you work continuously, 10 minutes you take a break. It could be a stretch, it could be drinking water, it could be just listening to music, it could be just opening your window and looking out of the window, just distracting yourself from what you're doing. So the 50-10 rule, it's called as. This will definitely help you to be refreshed at all times. Listen to our bodies. Whenever your body say बहुत हो गया, shut down करना है, हाँ अभी हमारा भी time हो गया shut down करने के लिए, then please listen to your body, because it's time to listen to your body. Your body is the way your soul communicates to you. That's the only way it can communicate to you. So listen when your body says. Certain times, like suppose your sugar level is high, you will feel everything to be extremely sweet. So that's how the body tells you that reduce on your sweet. Sometimes you feel everything is very salty. That means your salt is high. Your BP may be high. So then it tells you reduce your salt. So actually we don't need medicines for anything if you're able to attune ourselves to our own bodies. Once you know to recognize that this is the way your body functions, and understand it, pamper it, love it. You know, when you're washing your body, wash it with love and say, I love you, I thank you, I forgive you, please forgive me. But we don't have time, no? In 5 minutes, you have to take bath and go. College is there, we to get ready. Right? So these are little small things that you can do for self-care. Put the phone down and connect to yourself or others, or do something creative. That's also self-care, and especially in today's age. Next is eating healthily, but sometimes indulge in your favorite fruits. Like, for example, when I have a small win or a big win or whatever it is, just to satisfy myself, I'll go and have one Shirdi ka ras, sugarcane juice. That is way of treating myself. So then my brain says, oh, she loves sugarcane juice. So let me create situations where she will be having sugarcane juice. So then at every achievement, I sort of get to do the same thing. So this is how you can hack your brain to get more and more achievements.
Just like, ma'am, just like having a cheat day. Means if you're doing gym, तो means
Yes.
हफ्ते में एक बार या महीने में एक बार cheat day चलता है.
Because it makes you
yes,
feel
sir.
good, na?
Yes,
And that
yes,
craving you're taking care of.
right.
Okay. So it was wonderful talking to all of you. Any questions? We can take it up now. Yes. So whatever you have understood, please implement. And dear friends, we will be back again every Wednesday at 8:30 live on YouTube to teach you, or rather share with you, the secrets of living a full life. A full life is nothing but a fearless, unstoppable, limitless, and loving life. So stay blessed, good night, and have a super awesome sleep. Allow your bodies to rest and do create your dreams before you go to sleep. So this is Life Designer Biji Tushar signing off for now. I win when you win. Stay blessed. Thank you so much.